I think that's me. I would take a Twizzler over a cigar or beer or anything else in a heartbeat.
I try so hard to enjoy cigars. I only smoke them when I'm around other people smoking cigars. And everybody, I can't tell if everybody else is pretending that they're really, really liking it, or if I'm not quite getting.
Yeah, they are.
The
only cigars that I got really into a cigar kick at one point. I still have my humidor somewhere and all my cigar choppers and all the paraphernalia that comes along. I have a $250
one-time use humidor.
Look at this.
I set it up once, and then all the cigars go stale. Oh well.
This is my cigar lighter. So everything's like in one. You've got a punch here. Let me.
When's the last time you smoked a cigar?
Oh, I don't know. They get the punch there that like extends out to punch the end.
Well, I think he dodged that question. He dodged that question. I should let him.
Yes.
I haven't smoked a cigar in a very long time. I smoked some cigarettes with Chiz when I was in Colorado. But yeah, $250. I was very into cigars at the time. And the nicest ones that I've ever discovered are they're about as big around as like your pinky finger if you've got man-sized hands. And they're like little cigarillos, and they're cherry. I got them from Vegas, and they were like $2 a piece, and I really, really liked those more than like the $40 and $20 and $30 like cigars that came in these presentation cases with wax, literally melt. There was a wax seal on them that you had to break. That was actual.
Did you say cherry cigarillos?
Yeah, yeah.
What brand cherry
Swisher?
cigarillos?
Swisher Sweets?
They were not Swisher Sweets. They were very.
Did you get a nice black and mild cream to wash it down with?
No, I did not. No. But I tried the nicer cigars, and I just couldn't get into it. I don't have a taste for that, it seems. No, or wine. I never really got into that either.
I think I'm just looking for the ritual. Like, that's what I want. I want like a Barbie for men. That's what cigars, like I want to buy all the clippers and the choppers, and I want to know all the details about the taste and the way they wrap the cigars, but then it comes down to actually doing it. I'm like, I don't want to smell like a cigar for 2 weeks. Thank you very much. I'll pass.
That's so bad. I remember being
that you want.
Have you ever gone to a cigar smoking like lounge or room or something like that where it's just full of dudes in there just obsessed with the smell of this big log of moist tobacco?
Yeah, I have been there with my dad before when I was like 19, when he's like, hey, come to this, whatever, and smoke cigars with me and some friends. And like in your head at 19, you're like, wow, this is going to be like top businessman talking shop, like figuring the world out. And it was just a smelly, smoky room with a lot of overweight white guys. Yeah. And it was like, oh, this kind of
I went to a really nice one in Florida once, and there were hot chicks in there. I was shocked. Whoa. It was like, this is like a... They were into the cigars, like, and they always got like the big cock size cigars, and the girls were all over there puffing on those cock size cigars, and we're all over there like, yeah, she could really puff on a cigar, and it
they
like
make cock size cigars.
I think they only make cock size cigars.
They may only make cock shaped cigars, but
like I said, those cigarillos we were talking about,
those swishers. Yeah,
I couldn't get into that, and it was always obnoxious if you're at, like, I used to play poker a lot, and there was always this one guy who was in our group of maybe 25 guys that I would recognize who would show up at the place to play. He smoked a cigar, and it would be, the end of it would be like unraveling, like the leaf, and it would be like hanging off, and he would be gnawing on it. He'd gnaw on the backside of it until it was mangled and flat and all chewed up and gristly, and it just stunk. It smelled like moist leaves, like burning slowly down, and it was just 2 seats away, and it would just oozing stink the whole time. You always loved it when that guy was out of there. Cigars
when I was like 12 years old, we were taking a flight to like a family vacation, and I was getting on the plane, and it was probably fucking Southwest where they just shuttle you in like cattle, and you sit wherever you can. And I sat next to this enormous piece of shit fat guy who had a cigar in his mouth, a giant cock-sized cigar, as Woody would say, and he was gnawing on it. To the point that like my mom was like, you're not gonna light that next to my son, are you? Because I'm sitting way back there. And he turns and he goes, with it still in the corner of his mouth, he just rolls it. He just rolls it over to the corner of the other side of his mouth, and he goes, oh ma'am, I never light him. And he was like, what? So he goes, I just like to chew them. And it was like, so you just chew an entire cigar and basically consume it like some animal. And he did over the course of this, whatever fucking 14-hour flight to Hawaii,
common.
just chewed the entire cigar and ate it. He couldn't couldn't stop eating long enough that he took a non-food item and ate that. Like, think of how fat that is. Like,
like I don't know much about this, but I can't believe that he consumed it. But I know that usually when they're chewing on them, because they're wrapped in tobacco leaf, they're absorbing the nicotine like straight into their mouth, like sublingually, right, through the skin or into the mouth. So they're it's like chewing tobacco a little bit, right?
Yeah, and he had like the teeth.
I don't think Schwarzenegger lights those things either.
You know the way like wildling teeth look in Game of Thrones, where they like open their mouth and you're just like, what the fuck is going on? Like gray